What's up, everybody? Are you interested to see what the 2023 Alaska housing market is going to be doing? Watch this. All right, guys, Justin Millett here with Spire Realty Group, and I'm going to bring into you the 2023 market update of what we're looking at as far as just house prices, interest rates, how we're moving into our spring market, which is going to be in a few months, and kind of what we saw at the end of 2022 to kind of make this prediction of what is most likely going to occur in 2023. So obviously with the interest rates rising last year, it definitely softened the market coming towards the end of the year. And of course, Alaska, winter, people don't want to move in winter. All these things are kind of pushing our market to soften it in the winter months, especially during the holiday season. So, November, December, those are typically a slower time just historically for the housing market, but at the end of the day, people still have to sell, people still want to buy, but it does slow down a little bit for us. Now, after January 1st, people are done with the holiday season. People are back into looking at things. And what also kind of helped with that too is interest rates just reduced again with the release of the CPI report from December, saying that we did have a positive reduction of inflation from the Fed. So what does that mean here for us in Alaska, specifically the Anchorage, Wasilla, Palmer, Mat-Su Valley, Eagle River markets? Well, what we're seeing here is that, our inventory, so the amount of homes we have available is still very, very low. Nationally, in several markets, right, they're having an influx of inventory. So they can have, 5, 6, 7 months of inventory, which puts it more into a neutral market, if not a buyer's market. So you're starting to hear these things on the national news about major price corrections, all this kind of stuff. We're not really seeing that here in Alaska. Obviously, we're pretty secluded. We're isolated from what we call the lower 48. So therefore, things are a little bit different. We operate economically completely separate from the United States. We saw that in the 2008 crash. We saw that in the dip that we had in 2015-16 from oil that the rest of the United States did not have. So with that being said, what's 2023 going to bring? Here's some answers for you. So directly from the MLS for market stats from December of last month, right? So last month, end of the year, I pulled market stats directly from the MLS to just kind of give us an idea of where they ended for the year and then where I think we're probably going to be ended up heading. So in the Anchorage area, we have roughly, from December of the previous year to December of last year, we had 13% fewer homes on market. We had 25% less homes under contract. We had 22% less active actual listings, so active homes for sale, right? Our days on market is still right around 30 days, which is still very low. So, on a normal kind of average market that doesn't really give too much between a buyer and a seller, they're able to negotiate quite a bit. We start to kind of see, that average days on market push more towards 60, 90, so 3 months is pretty average on historically for a home sale. So being under 30 days is actually really quick. It still puts the sellers in a better position than it does the buyers. And of course, our average sales price across the Anchorage Muni was about $450,000. So even with the rise in interest rates over the fall, and now we're seeing a dip of them, okay, which are historically normal rates, right? They're down into the low 6s or high 5s, depending on your qualification, as well as what loan program you pick. So obviously the more government-backed loans, so your USDA, your FHA, your VA, are typically have a better rate than a standard conventional loan or rehab or stuff like that. That's kind of what we're seeing. So as well as we have roughly around 100 total homes on market in Anchorage, which is not a lot. So what we're seeing right now is as homes come available, right, we're now starting to see multiple offers in January. So currently we've been involved in a few in the last week or two here on my team here at Aspire. And so what I see going into 2023 is right now is still a pretty decent time because no one's realized the market has shifted more in the seller's favor right now is if you are FHA or VA buyer or someone that needs some closing cost assistance, now is still a pretty decent time to get into the market before we hit the spring market. Because my prediction is as we move into spring and people are getting ready to buy and move at the end of spring, beginning of summer, kids are out of school, all that kind of stuff, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more multiple offers again. I think it's going to push some people out who just don't have as much savings or need assistance for down payments or closing costs, etc. I think it's going to make it a little harder for you to purchase a home or be competitive as the market heats up. So I would say if you're waiting for that market to shift or the market to crash, you're going to have a rude awakening come, the end of February, beginning of March time when we hit our spring market. So that's Anchorage. The Valley, typically during most of 2020, 21, and even part way through 22, the Anchorage and the Matsu Valley actually had a pretty decent correlation on homes available, days on market, etc. Now, where the Valley does excel is new construction. They have far more new construction. Obviously, the fall market hit. A lot of these homes that were being built in the summer came on. But the buyer pool kind of pulled back, obviously because there was some uncertainty about the housing market. Rates skyrocketed to up to 8, almost 9%, which pushed people's ability to purchase down quite a bit by $150,000 plus dollars. So now they were no longer able to afford as much house for the exact same payment. So a lot of these new construction homes were pushing in the 400s, 500s, 600s, and those markets really slowed down. That's where we kind of started seeing a separation between the Anchorage market and the Valley, Matsu Valley markets, Wasilla Palmer, is they started to have quite a bit more inventory. So you start to see a greater softening in Wasilla Palmer than you did in Anchorage, and that's just because supply and demand. So what we're seeing right now is they also have about 25% less homes under contract right now. They have 7% less in actual homes available and 6% less in new listings coming on market. And their days on market is almost 2 months. This kind of gives you a little bit more of what's going on there, and their average price point is $419,000. So not the same market. So if you're shopping in Wasilla Palmer area, the Matsu Valley, or Anchorage, you want to definitely pick a real estate agent who understands the market data and be able to negotiate based upon what they're seeing as far as how that market's moving, that price point is moving, etc. Obviously, the first-time home buyer market, price points below 450 or so are going to see a lot more people just because that's a larger buyer pool. So we're still seeing multiple offers in Wasilla Palmer area, especially in things that are priced well, fall into that first-time home buyer area, or just are in obviously great areas and have been updated. So that's kind of the market update. I see, even with Wasilla Palmer, I see somewhat of the same spring market that we're going to have in Anchorage as buyers come into that pool of people we're looking ready to buy because, we've got more sunshine, kids are going to be out of school, etc., right? People are going to move in, and the inventory, the amount of homes available is just not going to be there to supply as many buyers as we're going to have. On top of that is also we're approaching military PCS season here as well, here in a few months. And so that's going to create a lot of movement as well. And if we don't have the homes available now, then it's going to be even worse come the spring market. So, that's kind of my prediction. So if you're looking to potentially sell, give my team a call. We think it's a great time to sell. There's still plenty of buyers. We've got a gigantic list of buyers who are just unable to find anything because there is not a whole lot of, options on market. And so if you're looking to sell, give my team a call, 907-313-8805. We'll be happy to do a market analysis for you. Kind of give you an idea of where we can potentially sell your home, how fast, and then we may even have a few different buyers for you as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop us a comment about what you think the market's going to be doing here in the Anchorage, Eagle River, Girdwood, Wasilla, Palmer areas, and we'll make sure to comment back, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.